what a night it was in Bloomington, Indiana. Here to recap it all is, of course, the coach Greg Lansing, as the Greg Lansing Show is delivered to you by Dorsa Automotive. And, Coach, what a night it was in Bloomington, Indiana. I know it's just one night, and you want your guys to focus on the rest of the season to come, but that had to be just a memorable one for the program.
It was enjoyable, and I'll tell you what, the clock couldn't move fast enough in the second half for me. And what makes me feel so good is it's why I'm in the business, to see how happy our guys are, see the smile on their face, letting them celebrate something like together, and for our fans. You know, it was a tough game to take on, because it's very rarely you're going to go in there and be able to win at Indiana, especially with a new coach opener. But our guys played very, very well for the most part, and I'm just glad everybody enjoys it, but it's just one game.
I know one for sure, the fans appreciate the access, but I do too, to be able to get behind the scenes. But I'm sure that moment in the locker room, that's why you're in this business, is yes, you want to win more games, you want to win championships, but I'm glad Sycamore fans were able to see a glimpse of it. But that really is why you're in this business, is to be able to go into an environment like that and just have that moment with you and your guys after the game.
Well, it's a team sport, and you want your team to be a strong unit. You want them to play together, play with tremendous toughness and competitiveness. And I go in those things when they're celebrating, but I stand off to the side. I want to watch those guys, and that's what makes me feel good. Some crazy celebrations nowadays. You watch NFL when people score a touchdown, but I want the guys to enjoy it, and I told them, let's enjoy it tonight, because you deserve it. It was a lot of fun, and you earned a tremendous victory for our program, but then we got them dialed back in yesterday.
Let's just be honest, you just didn't want to show off your dance moves. That's right. You didn't want to embarrass your guys and show them what Greg Lansing could do from back in the day.
No, I can dance. I'm just telling you, I can dance. Whenever the very few times I ever have to, when I break it out, those that know.
Let's get to the actual game. Of course, many will point to Britton Scott and the hot shooting he had, but you really could go up and down your roster and said, this is what this guy did allow us to win. What does that mean, knowing, yes, of course you had some great individual contributions, but it really seemed like it was a total team effort for you down there?
Well, I thought Jordan Barnes was the best player on the floor, and we won it with 19 turnovers and him not playing that much in the second half because of foul troubles, but that's when Brenton took over and scored it for us. But, yeah, everybody that played had tremendous contributions, and you said it, Kedar, Devin, Bronson. It's just so good. His last week of practice is what's propelled this. He's just really got going and kind of thrown caution to the wind. I'm going to just get going, and I thought Murph was really good, so a lot of guys did a lot of good things. Just very happy for him.
I can give them a hard time because they're behind us, but I think the only difficult time in Bloomington was just Austin Butt's transition defense in the manager game on Friday.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get to break down that tape. I was a little busy on it, but did see some stats, and I wasn't real pleased with our transition defense from the managers, but I think a little more conditioning might help.
We'll see what Coach can do throughout the season for the managers, but when we return, we'll catch up with Britton Scott and then close out the show with Coach Lansing previewing the Charleston Classic.
Make your plans for the 2018 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Championship. Tickets are on sale now for Arch Madness.
Welcome back to the Greg Lansing Show, delivered to you by Dorsa Automotive. A big part of the 90-69 win in Bloomington was, of course, Britton Scott, scoring 15 of his 24 points in the second half in the win against Indiana, which got, of course, Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week. B. Scott joins us. And B. Scott, congratulations on the award, but more importantly, I know you're just glad that your team was able to get a big win on the road.
Yeah, it was a big win for us. We've been, locked in since the summertime, and I credit my teammates to my honoring this week, and I just want to continue my level of play, and I know my teammates do too.
You brought up your team, and talking to Coach, that's exactly what he said. Yes, I know many may point to your accolades and what you're able to do, Jordan Barnes as well. But really, you went up and down the roster. Everybody really made plays in that game against Indiana. How much more sweeter does it make it that you knew that really everybody on this team had a big contributing part to that win?
That's how we want to play. We want everybody to contribute and feel like they were a part of something big and part of a win. And that was what we did on Friday night against IU. And I was proud of our guys. And I credit my teammates to helping me play well, because I kind of struggled to begin with, but they stuck with me, and we were able to play a really good game against IU.
What did that win teach you guys about your ball club, that I'm sure you guys already knew as you were going throughout your practices?
It showed us that, we're a pretty good team, and, we have a lot of different options. And as long as we can continue to, execute on the offensive end and, follow the game plan and the scouting report on the defensive end, I think we'll be a pretty good team this season. And we just got to continue to stay together and just continue to work hard, and I think we'll be fine.
We talked about this at MVC Media Day, and not necessarily about the preseason poll, but the reason many people didn't expect much out of this team was because they didn't know about the new pieces. You knew about Kedar Davis, you knew about Devin Thomas, you knew about Tyreek Key and all those guys that contributed in the game, and Bronson returning a year stronger. What was it about being able to play with those guys again and really to see what we've been seeing for a while really come to fruition and show in a game?
Those guys play really well. Devin Thomas, a lot of people were surprised by Dev because they haven't seen him before. Kedar Davis, he played really good, and his defense kind of got us going to begin with. Jordan Barnes played well, Bronson played well, so I was happy with those guys, and they still feel like they have a lot to prove, and we're going to continue this level of play throughout the season.
You're one of the biggest leaders on this team, so now looking ahead to this weekend in Charleston, what has you grinning ear to ear about the opportunities that await, including in the first round against an SEC opponent in Auburn?
This is a big week for us. We got to come out and practice this week and prepare and stay mentally ready, because last year we had a big win against Butler and we weren't ready, for the people and the opponents that came after that. And I think after a big win, people start trying to target you. And I know Auburn's ready for us, and we're going to go down there ready, and we're going to go down there prepared to win and competing for a championship.
Scott, always appreciate the time, and good luck this week in Charleston.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, let's look at the Charleston Classic. I know there's a lot going off the floor with Auburn, but that still doesn't take away with what a talented basketball team they have. As you've been watching their film and breaking them down, what stands out about the challenge that you'll see first and foremost?
They're scary. I mean, they're freakishly athletic and freakishly good. They want to play super fast, fire threes. They're at the rim all over the place. They'll do some different things full court defensively. Bruce Pearl always kind of been a flex guy on offense and a full court diamond press, and they'll do that some, but not as much as he's done it in the past. They're more with the ball screen offense, and there you go. But just supremely talented across the board. I think there's some things that we're going to have to be able to do very well, and that's transition defense to start, not giving them those, letting them play as fast as they'd like to or giving them anything easy. They got to take contested shots against us. And, our offense has been pretty good. If we share the basketball like we did in Bloomington, then I think we can score.
Last year was not really the norm for you guys. You've been able to have success when you've gone on into these tournaments. What is it about this tournament setting early on this season that you and the staff and this program just enjoy so much about?
Well, it's again, you're a chance to win a championship, and you're playing on ESPN a lot of these times. I've been a part of a lot of tournaments and postseason Big Ten tournaments and Missouri Valley tournaments, won a bunch of championships in those tournaments, and it's just the tournament basketball. How can you get any better than that? We've been 2-1 in these tournaments against a high caliber competition every year until last year, and we had Iowa State beat and had Stanford beat, and we didn't come away with it, and we weren't good enough. So hopefully this year will be a little different.
Are you a big beach guy at all?
No, I mean, I've been in Maui and Honolulu many times, and I'm usually game prepping. I think I remember a lot of these where I gave the staff the day off so they could be with their families and get on the beach, and I broke down and did the last scout myself. But I don't mind being out there. I know that, but it's basketball season.
Coach, I know you'd rather be prepping and hopefully getting a championship this weekend.
Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so yeah, you're right.
Coach, we appreciate the time and look forward to catching you up throughout the season, and good luck this week in Charleston, and we'll see you when you get back.
You got it. Thanks, buddy.
Once again, that was head coach Greg Lansing. For more on Indiana State basketball, stay logged on to GoSycamores.com.